So as of now, we are dealing with the client and all. So actually, what is a client? What is a client? Client is a logical entity in a system. So why we are calling it as a logical entity in a system means it is the client is holding the all the things, all the objects, all the customizations, all the things, it is holding the information in it. So we may calling it as a like a client is, the client is like a 000 or 001. It is holding the all the logical information into it. So that is why it is a calling it as a logical entity in a SAP system. We are calling it as a client is a logical entity in SAP system. If you see here, the client is representing like a what it is. So client is nothing but it represents what client is, which client you're working for. That is different. Because in a SAP language, in SAP client is different. In SAP client, we are having like a development client, quality client, and production clients. So these are the different clients. So these are the clients for we are having like 100 client, 200 client, or it may be 300 client. Like this, we can create the client. So these are nothing but the client is nothing but the systems, but we are defining these systems with the clients. That's it. There is no, we are assigning this client to this system. That's it. There is no nothing in it. So this is the development client, this is the quality client, this is the production client. So these are all nothing but this is the development 100 system, this is the quality 200 system, this is the production 300 system. These are orally we are calling it as a systems only. Nothing is there. These are like all are systems only. All clients are nothing but systems only. So, but we are defining it as it is a 100 is associated with the development client, like 200 is associated with the quality, and 300 is the production. So likewise, we are defining with this. So, and also we are creating a logical system for this every client. So like these systems should be communicated with each other, no? So these should have unique identity. For that purpose, we are giving the like logical system for that. By hitting the BD54, we are creating a logical system like it should be like SAD, CLND, the client number. Like if it is a development system, DEV, CLND, 100. So like this, we are giving like likewise, like it should be like a unique every uh, like entire landscape. So and also like whenever you are performing like a client copies or remote client copies or a client export importings and the data exchange, real-time data exchange between the two systems. So whenever you're performing client copies and as well like client refresh activity. So these things will be, this logical system is playing a major role. So as we already discussed, so this is the client and we are dealing with the in SAP. In SAP language, it is a system only, but this client is dedicated to development. This client is dedicated to this quality. This client is dedicated to production. There is nothing more best than to discuss. So that is fine. Now the topic is how many client copies we are having in a SAP. Client copies. The client copy is nothing but the copying 100 client to 200 client. So one system client to another system client within a system, or one system to one system, one system to one system. Like this, we're having so many things. So for example, we're having three ways to copy client copy we're having in SAP. So one is local client copy, and one is remote client copy, and another one is export and import. So these three many ways we can do the client copies. So for example, this is a one single system. We're having 100 client in it, and as well as we're having 200 client. This is a single system, and this is system A. For example, this is system A, this is system B. and these two systems are different, and here we are having 100 client and here we are having 200 client. So within a system we are copying the data, that is nothing but we are calling it as a local client copy. Within a system we are doing the copy, that is nothing but local client copy. Fine, this is fine. And we are copying the data from one system client to another system client, that is nothing but remote client copy. This copy is nothing but remote client copy. And next we are having one more copy is that, so for this we are having three systems, three or more than systems, like more than three systems they are doing this copy. So for example, I want to send the data from 100 client to 200 client and 200 client to 300. So when we are having this situation is like, this is the development system, this is my quality system, and this is my production system. And if you are having 4 system landscape, this we are calling landscape in SAP. So 3 system landscape, this is, if you are having more than 3 systems, if it is like a 4, we are calling it like a 4 system landscape. If it is 5 system landscape we are calling. So that is fine. Like which technology we are using, like we don't have any like a local client copy. We are doing this by hitting, just we are hitting the CLT code, and then after we need to log into the target client, and then after we need to hit the CLT code, and then after we need to maintain the source system details, and we can do the client copy. And what about remote client copy? So we need to first establish the connection between the two systems with the SA59T code, and then after we need to make the remote function call, like connection between the two systems. And here also we need to log the 200 place, and we need to maintain the source system information. So before that we need to test the connection. The connection is successful, then only we can hit the SSC9T code, and then after we need to set the profile information about the source system details and all the things is our master data, and then we can schedule it as a background job, then it is going to be done it remotely. And then we are having a 3 system landscape, like more than 3. So we are going to have the copies, we are calling it as a client export and import. So we are calling it as a client export and import. This copy is nothing but client export and import. Here we are using RFC, remote function call is a method, and here we are having using the SCMS configuration. So these 3 things are different. Within a system we are doing the copy, local client copy, like we are doing it remotely, one system to another system by through RFC mechanism. So here we are copying the from one client to another client to another client, another client, like this we are having so many systems in it. So for that we need to establish the connection between the systems to the entire landscape through STMS configuration setup. So there is a one domain controller that is there, and we need to draw the routes between the entire landscape, and we need to draw the layers as well. And so many things are there. It is a client export, import, and STMS is a very big topic, and we need to deal with the TRs, mostly transport requests. So this is a very big topic, and here we are using like for the export purpose, the T code is like we are using SSC8 is the T code, and then after for importing purpose we are using SC7. So these 2 codes are important, and once we export and we need to come into the quality system, and we need to have the HTMS underscore import is the one more T code. So by hitting the T code, so we need to select the which kind you want to copy. Like in quality system we do have a number of systems. So we have this system, like these many copies we're having in a client copy. So now we are going to perform local client copy. So now I'm just removing these things, remote client copy and as well as the client export and import. Now we are performing only local client copy. How we are going to perform local client copy? So as of now we are dealing with the DDAC user only. We are not yet used SAP star user. So whenever we are configuring the new system into the SAP, so we can able to log into the DDAC user, that is fine. But whenever we have created the new client and we supposed to log into the SAP star user, how we are going to log into the newly created client? So for example, there will be like initially we are having 000. Now I want to create one more client is called 600 client, and then after we need to log into that client with a SAP star user, and we can do the local client copy. So SAP star user password is, you need to remember this password is PASS. It should be on a small, PSS. And then after, before logging into this newly created client, we need to enable the parameter SAP star parameter, that is login slash no underscore automatic underscore SAP star is equals to, like, it should be, to enable the parameter, it should be, we need to give the 0. By default it should be, it will be like 1 only. So before login we need to enable this parameter to 0, and after that we need to restart the system, and then it is going to be representing to the restart the system. In a OS level, we are going to restart the system in our Linux machine, and then after we need to we need to check the reflection is happened is or not. We need to check in a log and pad. So to change this parameter value, we need to go to the RZ10 T code. So this is the parameter, we need to go and change the parameter value in RZ10. So and after that we need to restart, and we enable to, once you enable this parameter value is 0, and we can able to log into the SAP star user with a unique return client, that is 600. The password is pass. And then you can, after this logging to this user, SAP star user, now you can hit the SSEL T code. So this is a scenario we are doing in local client copy. So that is fine. But for doing the local client copy, what are the prerequisites you are having? So prerequisites are nothing but we need to have the compulsory this enter copy should be turning on background only. So the BTC job should be available. That is nothing but a background job should be available, and then after the space also should be, the space is available in the system. So by hitting SA 38, and we need to run some programs, that is RS space check, and then after we having RS table size. So size. So these programs we need to run, and then after we need to check the, so what is the source system, so we need to check the source system space only, because we are running it in a target system. So the target system is having this much space, and we need to assign this work to OS team, and this should be the space should be, make sure before doing that, and this BTC job should also be available. So then only we can perform client copies. And one more thing is there, the target client, whenever you are performing local client copy, it should be only new client only. We are not going to perform in a this local client copy, we are not going to perform in already created client, because SAP star user is only for we can able to log in for the first time only, and newly created client we can perform. And you need to remember, first time login only we are going to use this SAP star user. So and whenever you are performing client copy, CL and everything is fine, and after that we need to create them customized users for this 600 client. So for that you need to go to the SU01 T code, I need to do that, and you can create the users, the client own users. So you can create 600 client related users we can create. So this is the process, we are going to do it in real time. So for that we need to see here, I'm hitting RZ10, and then after I'm selecting the profile, default profile, I'm clicking extend maintenance, I'm just so see here, the login slash no automatic underscore is user SAP star equal to, by default it is 1. Now we have to change the parameter value as 0, then only we can able to log in into the newly created client. So for example, I'm trying to newly created client, that is 600. I'm just trying with the SAP star. You see here what will show it to as SAP star, but password is pass. So name of password is incorrect, it is stating like that. So for this we need to enable the parameter value, then only we can able to log into the, and after enabling this parameter we need to restart the system, then it is going to be repeated with the application level. So the change profile was applied, that is fine. I'm just going back, and then after you need to click save. Do you want to activate the profile? Yes, I want to activate the continue. So see here, for the profile to take effect for a particular application server, you have to restart the application server. So definitely we need to restart the server, then only it is going to be reflected to the application level. So I'm switching to application AB1 area, SAP control -nr 01 one function restart system. See here, it is restarting. I'm just going to watch. SAP control -nr 01 function get process list. See here, it is already stopped with the logon pad. So now it is not going automatically, it is going to be restart. Now it is going to stop everything. It is going to be yellow and then after green. See here, yellow, green. So everything went to green. So now you can see whether the profile parameter is changed or not. Now I'm going to log in through default client. RZ10 default parameter 2 minutes display. So now it is changed. If you want, you can check it in like RZ10 also. That is that will show dynamic parameter values. For the viewing purpose, you can use this RZ11 display. So change it. So now you can log into the SAP star with a newly created client. So this kernel report is different thing. So you have to focus on default profiles and instance profiles. So now I am trying to log in with the newly created client with SAP star user. Let me check with that. 600 SAP star. The password is PASS. See here, I can able to log into the newly created with this SAP star. Previously, it was not allowing me to enter into the client. Now we can perform the client copies. SCL is the T code to perform local client copy. To just hit the T code SCL, and then after, see here, we need to select the source system details. So select a profile. You need to select the profile, which profile you want to copy from the source client. So I want to select all. So here you need to select the source client. I'm giving the keyboard 0. If you want the user master data from source client also, you can select this one, otherwise no issue. So I'm just selecting this one. You need to schedule this as a background job. So it is recommending SAP custom command copying from 000, and I'm not doing this. I'm just taking SAP all only. Okay, fine. You just click immediately, select, and then after, if you want to, like you are like in a SAP, you are dealing with so many servers. If you want to select particular server, so you can select the particular background job, and then after you have to schedule the job. So you need to refer the things what we have done as of now. So the target point is 600. Yes, we are in target client only. the profile which we are copying SAP all. The source client is we are copying from 000. So what are the details we are copying? The customizing data and authorization profiles, roles, application data, user data, and everything we are copying. And whatever the data is available in the 000, that should be coming into the 000 client. So that's we are doing. So we just click continue. So see here, the background job was successfully scheduled. Log is displayed in SC3. It is clearly telling the client things we can monitoring in SC3T code. So in a regular background jobs, we are going to schedule with the SM36 and we are going to monitoring in SM37. But when it comes to client things, client copies and all, so we are going to monitoring with SC3. So see here, so you can see the SC3, how much tables are copying, what is happening over there. We are going to check with the SC3 log information. We are going to have it in SC3. We can monitor. So number of tables, 9,900 tables are there. Like it is not even in a real-time system. We are having so many data. It will take days of time. Not like this. It will be done in like 40 minutes or something. Like it is a training system like. So it is holding less data. So see here what will the target. Here also it is showing like target client, source client, and content type is local floppy, and a profile, which profile, SAP all profile. Status is still it is processing, which user it is copying, SAP star user. So for the first time we are going to perform with the SAP star for the local client copy only. At the same time, newly created client only we are using the SAP star user. You need to remember these two things for SAP star user. And also one more thing is there, you need to enable the logins /no underscore automatic underscore user underscore SAP star parameter. You need to enable the parameter, then only we can do this client copies. So this is how we are performing the. So now it is started. You see here. So current action, what will happen, table being edited. So this table is copying right now. So 80 of 9,900 tables. So 20 is copied lines. See here. So you need to refresh if you want to see the thing. I'm just going back. System logs. Monitor. So real-time monitoring. So which data, which table is copying right now, you can see by clicking this. So these many things you can observe in HC3. So it will take some time. So this is how we are performing local client copy. And I forgot to tell you, like we are having enough background work process should be available in the system. So I just want to show it to you. Like see here, this is a single system only. We are logging into the single system only. By seeing this server, you assume that we are logging into the single system only. So, but the clients are different. In the single system, we are having so many clients, right? So like this, and how we are going to check the space in a system. Like as I told you, SC38 we need to hit the T code, and then after we need to run the table programs like RS space check and execute. Like it is not showing anything, I think so, like because we don't have any data in it. I'm just taking source system details. Like we don't have anything, no information about this. Like it is a empty system. So let me check with the RS table size as well. It is also not supposed to show it to anything. RS table size. See here, this thing we have to execute, and then after execute, see here. So table size also we can check with these codes, these programs, and then after we have to check the like whether the background purpose is available or not. You need to check. How we are going to check? SM50 is the T code to check the work processes. See here, background process is 6 out of 5 is totally free because we are already one job is running in entire system. So in entire system, like one job, background job is already allocated to this local client copy. That is why it is showing like that. Like if it is not available, if it is fully occupied, like we need to work with so many users, so many things we need, like users are there. So many things are going to be done in a, like it should be before doing anything, we need to check whether the background purpose is allowable or not. We need to check, then only we can able to go for the local client copy. Otherwise, it is not going to be done in a faster way. So you can see here what will happen. So high priority is there, like DDS user, SAP star user is login into the 600 client. So what is happening? What program is currently running? See here, SAP LSCCR is something is running in this. See here. If you want to check in monitor. So present this program is this table. Every time it is going to be changed. Like this, we can check the what will happen. So these two things will be, we need to check like a space, RS space check, RS table size in SA38, and then after we need to check the SM15 whether the background the work cost is allowable or not. So before going for local client copy or remote client copy, whatever copy we need to, this background work cost should be allowable before going for any background jobs, not only for client. So any background jobs, if it is SM36 or SM30, like SCC3 client copies, so whatever it is, you need to take care of these things. So then only you can perform client copies and all. So see here how much percentage happen as of now. Just refresh this one. So 1832 of 9,900 tables have done as of now. See here the status is completed. So local client copy is completed. So this is how we are going to do the local client copy. So we successfully completed local client copies. Okay, fine. How you will check? So is the local client copy suppressed or not? So see here, and now I'm on 000 client. I'm just not checking with the data. Like the data is almost comes to the newly created client. That means 600 client. So this is our 600 client. You see, this is our 600 client, and I'm just checking whether the user master data is same or not. We just go to the ESU01. Then after you just give star. Click this part to just click continue, and then after you can find the users which are available to this 000 client. Now I'm going to checking with the 600 client. So this is our 600 client, just slowly created. We just did local copy just now. I'm just hitting here also same SC01. If you want, you can give the start here also by after coming in this, click continue. So every user came to this newly created client. TDS user, Gopal user, Sagar, if it start test user. For every user can so you like a this TMS area user, like for the test purpose, I just now created in the 000, like before, like after the copy. So you assume that every user comes to the newly created client. So TMS area user is for responsible transport management. That is a very different concept. Like whenever you are going to create STMS into the XYZ system, so this user is going to be created automatically. So we are not going to create this user. This whenever we configure the STMS CMS into the SAP system, this user is automatically created by the configuration, not by us. So these are the users which are all over in the 000, the same users which are getting into this 600 client. This is how we can confirm our local client copy is done, and we can perform anything. Like before that, like we don't have anything in it. You can see like everything is functional as expected, right? So we are not going to do anything here. Before completely having with all the objects, with all the compilation, all the background process, everything is done. So what are the settings, what are the object in there into the 000 client, we are having it in a newly created client in 600. So before that, before we are creating we are for the naming purpose, we created a 600 client and we are giving it to the logic stuff for that, and after that we did local client copy. So whatever the data with the 000, we are got into this 600 client. That's how the FAP system works with the local client copy, remote client copy. Like next, what we are going to do it the like client export and importing. So yeah, thank you.